What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the shop. It's me, Dick. We're here with a pile of stuff on the ground, a lot of things going on as always. And today we're going to be working on Marcella's 64 Falcon yet again. It's been a lot of figuring things out, getting stuff kind of sorted so I can get this front end the way I want it, finding parts, learning new things. I'm not a Ford, like early 60s Ford guy, so there's a lot of parts and stuff that I needed to figure out. And then also I'm gonna walk you through like what I did, what happened, and now we're gonna be going to like a cool disc brake setup. So I'll kind of show you that stuff, and then hopefully we can throw some of the parts on the car. I'm actually going to see Marcella to get more work done. So she did one of the forearm tattoos, and then we're getting more today. So it's kind of cool. I don't know if we're gonna actually finish today, but if we don't, then this video will be going up Sunday. So I was waiting for parts, and then I needed the day to make it to the machine shop to do some of this stuff. I'm gonna walk you through as best I can so this makes sense from like inception of ideas to the end, and try not to bore you to death. And then we'll get to throwing this stuff on the car. So let's get to it real quick. So this is really kind of, I can't find the other tie rod that we're having issues with. If you missed the last episode, you've never seen this car, you know what I'm talking about. This car got hit in the front, and the last thing that they didn't replace was a tie rod end. This outer tie rod turns out to be pretty rare, and I think that may have been what their issue was. They couldn't find it, and so obviously we need to find it. And the only way that I could find it was to go to some specialty stuff, man. But thank goodness for that stuff. Those things are out there now. So here's where you need to go. This is the part number you need if you have the 63-64 Falcon. This is a V8 manual or power steering outer tie rod end. I think it's for the right side only. It might be the left side too, but for sure it's the right side. Now this was spendy. This was like 130 bucks, but it is no bullshit the right thing that I need. And it also was made in the USA. So if you're into that kind of thing, it is proper that way. So yeah, this is the guy we needed for the outer. Pretty pumped about that. That was the thing that came in today, so we can actually maybe even drive this thing. So that's kind of part one of two problems. What ended up happening is, I'm gonna walk over here and show you as I talk. I found a disc brake kit, or like a kit or front end parts on Facebook for sale ad, and it looked to have an outer tie rod end, and it didn't look exactly the same, but I was thinking maybe I could switch to different spindle, different steering, whatever. I was getting desperate because I couldn't even find one for sale. And so I bought this kit, and I was like, cool, at least we're going to disc brakes. That'll be badass. If they want to drive it, it's a little better. And so let me flip around and show you what I got. Excuse the mess, but this is kind of what we ended up with, was just like a whole conglomerate of parts, kind of like from here, this area. So like control arms, some different spindles, and the spindles were like this when I got them. They had the Scarebird Classics, I believe, upgrade kit to discs. And so I started getting really confused, and I'm going to save you, a whole bunch of like story time here. This spindle's a different spindle than what's on the car. I did a bunch of research, and what I found out was I emailed Scarebird, which seems like the smartest thing to do. And they were so kind, even though this was a used kit that I bought, they sent me some instructions, and I figured out exactly what I needed to do. This is where we come back over to what we already had on the car. So the car is a drum car, but the drum has a hub. And I initially thought that was the case, but the hub and the drum are basically like a press fit. So you might be able to get this off. Some people were saying they got them off online in their shop, and they could very well have, but the juice is not worth the squeeze, in my opinion. Go to a machine shop. Hopefully you guys have some buddies that have a press or something, and that's what I did. Is I went to Brett, and Brett let me use his press. So we got the hubs out. Now, once you have the hub out, that's not everything. So the hub won't fit the rotors that they have you use. These rotors are smaller rotors so that you can use like the 14-inch stock style wheel that would have gone over a drum. but it'll go over these discs. So that's really cool. All you need to do is mill down the outer portion, the outer diameter of the rotor. So like you actually go in here and we threw it on the lathe, and Brett set me up, and I just went ahead and made sure that I got this small enough so that it would fit the inside diameter of the rotor. Now I just gotta drill out the other one. I ended up going with a 43/64 drill bit, and after that, should be good to go. Got all new bearings and races and stuff to go into this guy too. Looks good. Bueno?
Yeah, it'll work.
So that works. Now the next thing you have to do, depending on what you want to do, the studs actually have this shoulder on them. They're a shoulder type stud, and you could change them out, or what I did is I went down the street to my friend Dylan's, and Dylan was kind enough to help me go ahead and just drill out the rotors to, I think we went 43/64. If you're curious, maybe you found this video, you're trying to find some help for that, but just for G-Wiz. Yeah, it was a 43/64, so we went on this, slid right over this. And at this point, I had cleaned all these. Brett had me clean them, which was a good idea. And I got new bearings, seals, and there should be races in here too. So we'll pop these races out right now, and then we're ready to go ahead and install this stuff back on the V8 drum spindle that has not been modified. And then we will use the Privia rotors, the Toyota Privia rotors, 91 to 94, with rear drum is like the part. And then also the Chevy Celebrity calipers that they recommend at Scarebird. It seems like they use those parts for a lot of their kits, which is awesome. And then that means like either you or your customer, whoever is going to be driving this car, is going to be able to get replacement parts off of Rock Auto really, really cheap and easy. We shouldn't have to change the master. You can add a proportioning valve. You can do all these things, but I think we should be able to get away with just the drum. It even says that on there. And like you saw when we were on the floor, we already have those calipers. We have new lines. That everything looked super low mile. I think it was an older gentleman who had brought that car into there to this guy's shop that I bought the stuff from, and then he wanted some other kit. So I don't even know how many miles he had on this. It doesn't look like literally any, but whatever. That's our come up, you know, whatever. What else am I missing? Oh, the caliper brackets, of course, from Scarebird are included in these ones. These brackets are actually for this kit. That's the ending point that's going to make the most sense. This kit that I bought was to switch a car from 4-lug to 5-lug. So it's a different spindle, it's a different setup. And that's where I got super confused and I was kind of lost. And yeah, so I figured it out. V8 spindle is different. And here we are. I think we're good. We should be okay. I'm gonna do all this. And then the thing that will tell all is that the bracket fits. And then if the bracket fits, make sure that the rotor and everything, the hub all lines up correctly. And man, we should be bolting this shit on. I'm pretty pumped. So let's hop in, get these hubs all ready to go. right, guys, I'll keep getting this done. We'll bring you back when we're back out on the car throwing the hubs on. Alrighty, so we got the hub in here. Spinning okay. I didn't torque the bearings or anything like that yet. This is just a check. You can see I ground that thing down pretty good. We're clearing nicely. So now I'm going to go ahead and throw the rotor on with the caliper and see how our clearance is, make sure everything's lining up, and then at that point we'll pack the bearing with pressure and then cotter pin it, which, oh, that'd be sweet. And pretty much just got to swap the brake line. We good to go. Wow. I don't even know if this is real life, but we might be making this work, guys. No way. Sick. We are in business, I think. Holy shit, no way, man. That's awesome. Just kind of have to figure out this brake line. Now, I know it's weird that the caliper's in the front, but that's how the Scarebird kits are. I'm pretty sure usually calipers are back at the 2 o'clock position. I stared at it for about 300 hours, and then I looked at the website, so that's what they do. It's not me thing. I didn't do that. And I guess I could have even tried to flip the caliper bracket, and I could put it at the 2 o'clock position. That is an option. Actually, it's something I should think about, because then the brake hose would actually work a heck of a lot better. So, at any rate, I think we're on to something here, folks. Pumped. All right. Captain Skip ahead here. I just kind of got into it, but let me flip around, show you real quick one last time what I ended up doing, and yeah, the brake line stuff. Yeah, flip around, bud. So yeah, no, it's just too easy. It looks like this is kind of what they probably do, and that's why they have this longer one. This line, you may not be a fan of what I'm about to say, but basically this is corroded or maybe just dirty behind it. It's a pretty common thing if you've worked on older cars. And this nut, tube nut, whatever you want to call it, is basically not spinning without you bending this line and then probably snapping it. So I actually popped this off. The back of the drum, the backing plate, was actually just hanging, and it was loose enough that I could just screw it, unscrew it, and then I popped the line off of here, and I just put the line up, and then I tightened it like that, and then yeah, we still got it pretty much tight, so we're good to go there. I just kind of took what came to me, which was all that, and then, you know, these ball joints are terrible, and they're blown out and all that stuff on this side, so that's something we may have to address. But for right now, we're just trying to get to status quo with the brakes and this other stuff. So now let's bring this caliper bracket to the other side and get to work. So this is like made for TV here. This fender being off is making it super easy to show off what we're doing. Now this side's been tended to as far as ball joints and stuff, so that stuff's all pretty good over here. We'll be fine there. It's even got the new shock and everything. My plan or idea, like what I was saying, the other side being blown out, is I'm probably going to pull the springs and lower this thing. You guys know how I am, so I just want to get back together, and then make sure I'm all good before I start doing shit like that. And then when I do that, I'll have the spring out, and then I can hit the ball joints on the other side probably pretty easily. So let's get to unbolting this. There's just the 4 bolts on the back of these tabs, and then this will pop right off. This one here is actually held in with electrical tape on the back side of it, which is pretty interesting. Nevertheless, I can't get it right off, so touche. I've been hitting this stuff with WD-40 off and on when I came out to the shop, And that stuff, doing little things like that when you're doing a project that isn't happening right this second is huge, man. It just helps you out so much. All right, so now we're gonna grind from pretty much all up in here and just eat up a whole bunch of this stuff. Just get as close as we can without making it, you know, fragile. The most important part here, looks like the outer tie rod is correct. A lot of the ones we found that were the similar stud size were left-hand thread, so I just wanted to double check. All right, guys, so we're not completely done here, but we do need to get going because we need to make it to the tattoo appointment, man. And we're gonna eat a little dinner beforehand, of course. So I dropped it down off the jack stands just to give it a little winning feel. See the new tires on the painted wheels. They're sandblasted and painted, so it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna flip it around. You're gonna understand immediately what I meant about this altitude adjustment needs to happen quick. Barium. Looking good. Honestly, the back sits pretty cool. I think if we can like lower the front a bit, you know, nothing crazy because it's not my personal car and I don't want them to have like drivability and stuff issues, but definitely want to lower it down some. And then yeah, man, got them cool disc brakes up front now. Gonna be running good. Gonna be a happy camper. So that's gonna do it for this video. This is actually kind of a day of outro because it seems as though I forgot to wrap the video up. I anticipated to do one whole video, but there was a lot of footage, started getting long, and then on top of that, just days started going by where I only get to work on this car so much. One thing, when I did set it down and let it settle, it actually just, the suspension settled. I think it was just getting hung up, so it actually sits really nice. I don't think we're gonna have to lower it at all. And then here at the end, I'm gonna show you guys some stills of the owl that Marcella did on my arm. That's really rad. And then I'll also throw in the other, the shark that she did. So yeah, so getting some of my forearm work done is pretty rad. I'm really pumped on it. It's just a really cool thing to be able to exchange this. So love for love, man. Hopefully you guys are having a great Sunday, and we'll see you the 24th. Yeah, we'll do it Christmas Eve. We're gonna do the giveaway. If you guys haven't done that, go check that out. It's the last video. We're giving away some stuff from Amazon review that I did. Also, share it, tell your friends or whatever. Let some people get in on it. At least throw their name down there and then subscribe. That way they have a chance to win some of that stuff. So we'll see you guys soon. Have a great Sunday. I'm out. Peace. I just drooled. I don't want to talk about it.